but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and rebel now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday. Man, y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we have Music Monday, but this is officially Sold Out, where we talking sneakers, man. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up. Where we continue the sneaker talk like we're doing right now is going active in the Sold Out Discord. Very interesting topic. I'm not gonna bring it here to YouTube because I don't really want to offend anybody, and I know how some people can take stuff a certain way. But yeah, if you want to have the conversation over there, I'm definitely down to, if you know what I'm talking about. Sorry if it looks a little bit grainy on my end, but I think I got my camera settings the same, but don't quote me on that. It could just be the lighting a little bit. But we're going to keep pressing forward, man. Normally this will be where I introduce the homie Dunks. I actually created the link for him, and he said it was coming back Wednesday, but he could have just been grinding it out at work, man. So salute to Dunks. If he wants to join the conversation, he knows what the link is, and just let me or text me when you enter the room, dog, and I'll put you on the stream. But tonight's topic, man, let's just keep it pretty simple. I'm only going to be on the joint for like an hour, so I don't want to stay on here too long. I'm trying to keep these joints at a good minimum. But tonight's topic, it says, what a second Trump term could mean for the sneaker prices. And I wanted to put fashion, but YouTube be tripping on the titles. And then also possible Travis and Nike Jordan drama, which is where I'm probably going to start there first and then transition onto the Trump stuff, because the Trump stuff could be a little bit long-winded. Obviously could involve some reading and stuff like that. The Jumperman Jack stuff, I just want to we had that discussion earlier. And I said, why not bring it to the live, man? I wanted to get Dunk's thoughts on that joint, but we're going to keep it moving. But all in all, man, let me just see who's all in the chat real quick, and then we'll get the party started. I see we got Kwame in there. It says, yo, what up, Kwame? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all commented out, man. But let's just start this Travis, like, Jumperman Jack stuff, because rumors is they were supposed to be coming out Friday. Then I saw where somebody posted in the Discord, shameless plug, that looks like that may or may not be happening. Now, I'm not too crazy about the Jumperman Jacks, right? Okay, I will say for this model, though, looking at it on the screen, I will say that it is a legit solid color, man. You know, his typical brown, what we're used to. And I will say this, I don't hate the color and the timing, but I just can't get jiggy with the actual Jumperman Jack. But apparently, I guess Nike may or may not be tired of Travis's drama, so rumors is that's going around real quick. We seen it on Twitter. Somebody posted it in the Discord. Is that a timeline might be shifting, is what the person said, right? Unclosed source here. You know what? Actually, it comes from Uncle Chrissy. I'll give him his credit where credit is due. Not trying to steal any of his thunder or seeming like I came up with this. But at first, you know, they put out there that, hey, you know, get excited for this week. We're anticipating the Travises. I didn't do a video about it because, I mean, to be honest, it was kind of semi-quiet, but it's kind of normal with these kind of drops with Travis. Sometimes it's kind of one of those, you just have to be in the sneakerhead world to know. So anyway, he updated the joint from, saying that he's hearing that there's some drama between Nike and Jordan Brand and Team Travis, and some changes may be coming. We'll post more info as soon as I find out. So that's the latest update on that one. So I don't know what drama they could be, but a lot of people saying like you can't help but bring up the suspect stuff, and I don't know if any of this is true, and this all could just be a legend, allegednated, or this is all just allegedly is the word I'm looking for, right? All alleged and opinionated based. That Travis sneakers are almost as like that. It's like a unicorn sneaker that if you want them, there's almost no way possible for you to catch them without paying resale. Every last one of my Travises I'm thinking about, I paid resale or got them from the resale market. Even the Travises that I work out in, those 270 joints, I got them on the resale market just for retail because they're not really going crazy like that. Only other Travis I got for retail was Dunk's pair on sneakers, and that was like very, very lucky. And I feel like the only reason I got in and was able to get those is because I feel like everybody was going for the men's sizes first. The bigger common sizes first, and then I think Dunk size people were going for it, but it's like the true people that really want them, that wear that size, was probably going for them. So I had probably less of an audience to actually compete against. The reason I'm like, if I'm just gonna try to make it make sense, right? That's just where my mindset is. I could be wrong. I don't know the sneakers app algorithm. But also, let's see, we got Divine Photos pulling up in the building, says, what up? Kwame says, what up, Divine? Divine says, salute to Kwame, most definitely. Y'all smash that like button as y'all commenting out, man. Just talking this Uncle Chrissy situation here, and not really his fault. He's just putting the information out there. Don't not say if it's true. I'm very curious where these people get their sources from, right? And it also makes me think of the pretty much the Air Jordan 3 that was supposed to shock drop today, which I seen people going live on YouTube all over the place for those guys. And I'm talking the Black Cement Air Jordan 3s. Now, I'm not surprised to see them not shock drop. And I was talking about that in the sold out Discord as well. It's like, yo, and I've always said this, and I'm pretty sure you guys probably got the same mindset. When you see all these like rumors and stuff floating around, not saying that, it's a 50-50 chance is how I look at it, right? 50% chance that ain't it's finna happen, or 50% chance that, it's most likely going to happen. But at the end of the day, I've always said, take that with a grain of salt, point blank period. Whenever you see these rumors and stuff, and the stuff you see on these sites, and even I pull it up, because they have to get it from somewhere too, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing with Nike and Jordan Brand and them. They're not really transparent enough sometimes with what they're dropping. It's like all the stuff, when I think about it, like as far as majority of like when I get release information or certain information, I almost positively never get it directly from Nike themselves. I most likely get it from a third party that say they're in close cahoots with it, and not saying they're not wrong, but at the same time, it's like, still, I've never heard Nike them just come right out with it. Let's see, Devon says, it's not shock dropping. It's gonna drop next week, so it don't make sense to shock drop. This is true. I can see that. But, what I see that too. Like, at this point, if they're coming next week, what's the point of shock dropping them out? Because honestly, the people who wearing the shock drop could easily be getting them the same time as the people that could be getting them next week when they officially drop. At that point, like, why work your people over time? Usually a shock drop, you want to get the shoes either at least at best 3 weeks out, maybe even a month out, but at least 3 weeks minimum, 2 weeks if you're lucky. But to be honest, I would say anywhere in that 3 week mark, that's when they come out, if it's gonna be a shock drop, based off my experience and my time just being in the game and collecting, that's why I didn't even put a survey up. In fact, let me see the last survey I did, which I believe it was probably on those Jordan 9s, but I'll double check real quick just to make sure I'm not like going crazy here, but I usually put one up in the community tab. Actually, I'm lying. It was the Wu-Tang joints, which we already kind of covered that, so I don't even really need to break that fully down, you know? But my thing is this, it's usually 3 weeks out or a month out. You know, I don't remember them doing no 2 months. That's a little too long, but yeah, usually within that 3 weeks to a month time frame. And if I'm wrong, or if y'all know something different, I don't see them doing it where sometimes I'll be like, I think it'll be a shock drop, and sometimes they'll do like another like random drop, which I forgot what it's called, where it's just like they randomly just drop them again. So, or no, exclusive access. So if you do get them a month early, it'll be like they'll do like an exclusive access to random accounts. Then they'll shock drop them, and then they'll drop. Like I've seen it like that, but that's usually when they have like crazy amount of pairs though, like up into like millies or slightly those type of numbers. Where we at real quick? Devon says the only shock drop that makes sense is the Columbia 11s. That would be nice, and I would actually go for them and go ahead and get them right out the way so I can stop stressing. Because really, to be honest, on my radar for the rest of the year, that's really my main like thing, And I was just to think, Devon, like low key, bro. I don't know if you really realize this, and I know we still could low key pull up and get them, but I have a feeling within the next, if we would have waited longer for those Olive 9s, we probably would have been kind of mad at ourselves because from what I look like, people are going to pick them up more and more each and every day. So what I'm assuming is about to happen by Thanksgiving, instead of a sale, they're going to be on met their quota where they still probably going to be right at retail. And I guarantee you by Thanksgiving, which is only like a few weeks away, probably even before Thanksgiving, they about to be all gone, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if they be all gone by the end of this weekend. I know one thing, I don't think they're hitting outlets because I've seen people hitting the comment section and they're like, yo, I'm doubling up, and I'm like, all right, it ain't that dope, but yeah, so I think we made the right decision. I don't feel bad about it at all, even though I wasn't crazy about that price tag, but it is what it is. But yeah, back to this whole situation, Jordan Brand and Travis situation. I see where some people are saying basically like, yo, they let Travis, they need to check him, this and a third. But this is my argument, right? How can they check Travis if he's really kind of the last bit of like, and this shouldn't matter, and I was going to say hope, but instead of hope, I'm going to say he's that last bit of like hype over there, that got Nike still keeping afloat where people still want to check for their stuff. Not saying we don't check, like us sneakerheads, I say we count, but they still like that wow me factor to get people talking. Like, I know Nike them don't necessarily always get a cut on a resale market, which that's debatable and alleged and opinionated based out there too, but it's kind of one of those, that's what kind of helps them sell the next hype shoe where, okay, cool, I missed out on this one, I'm gonna try it again. Like, but at the same time, certain stuff, I have a feeling Nike them already know what's gonna sell out and what's not, and we're gonna keep it real. Let me hit the chat real quick. Devon says, that's why I decided to cop, because on Black Friday, it would be gone. Oh, yeah, most definitely. And that's the day, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. So if they don't, I'm almost positive people gonna want this for the Thanksgiving fit. Like me, when I pull up to the crib or have family over or whatever we doing for Thanksgiving, I got to double check. That's a sneaker I'm finna probably most likely be in is the olive joints. Olive 9s, because I was going to rock my Jordan, the Travis Olives, but I was like, you know what, them 9s, they hitting kind of hard, man. I just want Ralph Lauren them to finally update a color that I want on the suit, but I'm not going to cry about that tonight. Let's see, where we at? Devon says, you had people on Twitter complain about the color of the olive and how it was not green enough, like what the F? That's how it looks fine to me. This is my thing. People are always gonna find something to complain about. If they're gonna say, that's where I will say Nike is always in a rock and a hard place. They damn if they do, damn if they don't. If they make too many pairs, it's a problem. If the shoe don't sell out, it's a problem. If the shoe sits, it's a problem. It's hard to please this type of audience, where, hey, it was fair, everything was right. I'll say they tried that with what the Jordan 1, the black and yellow joints where the taxis, the Jordan 1 taxis. Remember they made enough pair where everybody was copping, and at first everybody was excited, and then when we got close to the release date, they were like, and like when we actually dropped, they were like, oh, too easy. You know, I'm like, this is what y'all want them to do. Which low key, now that I think about it, I feel like I just low key justified my reason for not going for the Wu-Tang Dunk Highs. Not saying it's a bad shoe, but like it's a shoe that I decided to set out on. I chose the Olive 9s over those, and I'm like, man, what if I should have went for those Wu-Tangs? Now I know what you're saying, like totally like very similar colorways, but it's a Jordan 1, there's a Dunk High, but think about it. I got even more justification now because I'm like, I got the Goldenrod Dunk Lows, right? Which I like. And then I got the Jordan 1 Taxis. So I'm like, bro, and I know like there's a different slightly color, but I mean, very still similar with that black and yellow. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is. I didn't need a third version of that now that I think about it. And if I'm not mistaken, that's definitely what it is. I'm going to pull up the Jordan 1 Taxis just to do a crazy little comparison, and then we'll transition onto the Trumpsters topics tonight for the last 30 minutes of the live. But let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Jordan 1 Taxis, I want to check that out. And you guys let me know if I'm going crazy or not. Yeah, Jordan 1 Taxis. Now, I will say it's not fully all the way blacked out like the Wu-Tang, but it still got that black toe hit to it, you know? And I'm going to share my screen real quick. Boom, right here. You guys should be seeing the screen. But, yeah, that's that joint. So, I already got that hit. And then you think about what the Wu-Tangs are. Very similar. And then you think about the Goldenrods. So, I'm like, bro. And then Kwame posted some other joint too that he had that now he's finna sell his joints or at least give them away. So at some point, yeah, a lot of this stuff do kind of low key merge together, man. If we're gonna keep it 100, put myself back on the main screen real quick. So I mean, yeah, I mean it's still no Wu-Tang. I get what some people saying, but at the same time, I think I just had enough, and I am a major sucker for the color yellow. And I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, the Wu-Tangs aren't going too crazy on the resale market. So it could be something I easily could obtain, hopefully, and let stuff go up crazy over time, which it could be. I could obtain within the next few months or something, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, like, financially, stuff is crazy, too, while we got this crazy economy. And I'm not going to dig too deep into that tonight until I get on the trunks topic, but that's one thing you can keep in mind, you know? Let's see. LeBron says, Travis has gone unchecked with Nike for a long time when Travis should be grateful Nike took him back after the Astroworld incident. True, and I agree. Right? I agree. So like, look, I said that earlier in the Sold Out Discord. I hate to keep doing the shameless plugs for the Sold Out Discord, but I said that earlier as well. I said, yo, anybody else, like any other person that was signed to Nike would have had something like that whole Astroworld incident, they would have dropped them. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, if you think of what Kyrie did and he got dropped, but compared to who had a worser, you know, situation where who could have, should have easily been forgiven, right? But people can also say Travis and Kyrie are apples and oranges. Not only because Travis is a music artist and Kyrie's obviously a basketball player, but to be fair, Travis, they're looking at probably the numbers, what they bring in, where it wasn't really work. I have a feeling they're probably not missing Kyrie, you know? And but with Travis, I know that he will most likely be missed because all his shoes, even these Jumperman Jacks, they sell out. Do I get it? Heck no. Would I buy them? No. But it's got an audience. Travis' audience is dedicated, and they're obviously a strong fan base, and Nike knows that. And think about it. At the time, we were going crazy for the Travis Air Maxes, which low key, I was trying for a pair for retail only, but I have yet to check for them on the resale market, which I actually should probably check for them just to see what it is, just to show you what it's like. But a lot of people, and I almost forgot about those Travis Air Maxes. Devon says, if Travis were more available to the public, no one would complain. Not at first, right? Like I said, they do it one time, everybody gonna go crazy, and then I know at that point Nike's still gonna feel like they're in a rock and a hard place because they're like, yo, now everybody thinks to do it like that every time. We can't take it back to the limited availability. And then we're gonna be like, oh man, y'all did this one before. You know what I'm saying? They'll still be in a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? Again, at first, nobody's not gonna complain. Well, actually, you know what? I'm willing to bet. Let's see. Some people would complain. And I'll tell you who's gonna complain. The hype beast. Now that I think about it, the hype beast will most likely complain, right? Because now when the shoes you lose its like limited availability to say, like, to me, a hype beast, in my opinion, and there's nothing wrong with it, people have called me a hype beast. I don't think I am, but people have called me a hype beast. But to me, a hype beast, they be looking at it, it's the people, it's different, the people who buying the shoe because they want to just say they have it. That is a form of hype beast, but there's hype beasts out there that are like having the limited availability to say that, hey, I have a shoe that you don't, and you're most likely not going to get unless you're crazy enough to pay this crazy resale price like me. You know? And also, right, not only do the hype beasts add to the problem, because there are hype beasts like that, you got to think of the resellers who want the shoe to make profit. Because resellers, let's just keep it 100, with the exception of a few, they're most likely stinging in the pockets, you know, keeping the doors open. You know what I'm saying? Just food for thought. Devon says, I don't understand hype beast. If you didn't like the Travis Nike Air Trainer, how the F would you like the Jumperman Jacks? Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, it's hard to explain it. And the trainers is something that's kind of been around, but then Travis put his spin on it, I think. Now these Jumperman Jacks are something that's supposed to be like the new, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think it was just how it was marketed, you know? And then those Air Trainers, like, if you think about it, it's like, I think they were like, if you compare it to like the Olive 6s that dropped, they got that colorway, you know, like, it's a shoe that we really don't, like, think about it. If Travis' name wasn't on the shoe, it wouldn't even sold out. And I know it didn't sell out instantly, but if Travis' name went on it, then we wouldn't be checking for it. You know, but at the same time, in which not many people check for it, but it still did whatever it's supposed to do. It just didn't sell out. Because also by that time, we're also used to Jordan 1 Travises. We've had a Jordan 4 Travis. We had the Air Force 1 Travis. We've had the SB Dunk Travises. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been coming out the gate like swinging. You know what I'm saying? That 270 was a push, but the marketing, I feel like, was right for that one. Is it going crazy on the resale market? Which I can double check that. Which that's what I said I was going to do. I want to check the resale market and then we're going to transition at the 30-minute mark for the Trump situation. But I do want to track the resale market for, let me go to, you know, our favorite place that everybody hates, but we still check it. Let me check the Travis. What am I looking for? The Air Max. We'll check, see what those are going for on the resale market right now. And then we'll go look at the 270s. But let me see what it is. Let's see, not the 270s. I don't want to do the 270s. I want to do the regular Air Max joint. Let's see. I got to type in Air Max, I guess, because that's not good enough. Because they're typing the Reacts, but I don't want the React. Here we go, right? No. Let's see. Let me see. Maybe I got to put a space. That's another thing. StockX need to update, like, their searching capabilities, dog. Because I'm almost positive there's a Travis Air Max fucking joint. And they keep trying to pull up the 270s, which, if that's one we don't want me to pull up, I'll pull that up first, just for shits and giggles, real quick. But there is a Travis Air Max, right, that I want to pull up. But let me share my screen. Boom, right here. So this is the Travis Air Max 270. This is a shoe I work out in the gym. And they marketed this one right. Retail on this one was $170, and then on the resale market, it looks like lowest is $241, and then if I go in my size, it's $343. So I got mine for retail, so it looks like I got a win out of that one. Do they even have the Travis Scott Air Maxes, which is weird? Let's see, Air Max. I'm almost positive it was an Air Max, right? Air Max Travis Scott. I just want to see if I can find it. It's got to be on here. They keep pulling up the. There we go. So, and this one right here is going the lowest for the one that was actually on his website. Like, one was exclusive to the website. These joints right here, this lemon drop joint, yeah, and these were $160. So, my size is $269, but lowest is $192. For the brown joints, which that's kind of like Travis's like theme. He loves the color brown from what I'm getting from the joint. But yeah, this one right here, again, $150 for this one. So the Travis's one was $170 for retail. I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't see why they wouldn't be the same across the board. Yeah. So those lowest is $228. My size $333. And then I forgot about these right here, low key. Like, I'll pull up the Saturn joints. I'm gonna open it in a different tab. But I forgot about these Travis's Air Maxes right here, the Cactus Jack joints. I saw people, I couldn't get jiggy with these. I couldn't get jiggy with them, but I don't think these are moving like that too. Like, some of the stuff he doing it is just a little too much for me. Like, this butterfly wing over the laces with the zip joint. I don't know what he was aiming for right there, and why that was signed off and approved, you know. But then he does have other Air Max. Like, I wouldn't mind having an all-white joint, but I'm not paying an all-white price. I just stuck with the cell joints. And then the last one I wanted to look at for Travis real quick is the Saturn Gold joint. This one is actually going below retail, actually, from what it says. If you look at my size, of course, my size, you know, is 267. But, yeah, lowest right now is 148, says price is below retail. So to let you know that when I see this, especially if it's 150, that means somebody's paid below retail on this one. My thing is this, and last sold was 207, right? So I feel like this is a shoe that, all honesty, no matter what color you choose, with a little bit of negotiation skills, you should be all right, you know? And we'll just leave it at that. So let's get ready to transition to this pretty much this new, more sneaker news since the Trumpster is set to take office. Let me put myself back on the main screen. One thing I want to say and stress real quick, my bad, y'all. But one thing I want to stress and say real quick is that this is not a politics channel. So we're not talking politics all the way, but we are pretty much covering the, I guess you can say, how this could affect sneakers, right? And that's what I want to leave that with, just to make sure I'm on that. Y'all let me know if the visual's back the way it's supposed to be. Let me make sure I'm good. Real quick. Just been kind of, yeah. I ain't mean to touch this part of the screen, but y'all know how the kid get before the live. So I think I'm actually good. Should be good real quick. Yep. Looks good. Looks good to me. All right, cool. I think we should be back in action. Y'all let me know. Make sure everything is cool. Boom. We should be good. But yeah, pretty much we're gonna, again, I just want to stress we're not politics over here. I'm just simply keeping it about pretty much the sneaker side of things, but I can't help who won the election. Again, I'm not gonna put out there who I voted for, all that, this, and the third. But at the same time, this is just kind of what's currently going on. Let me touch the chat real quick. Devon says, now YouTube are saying shock drop tomorrow. Bro, what's these people's sources, dog? That's my thing. What's these people's sources? That's the real question I be wanting to ask. And let me clarify this. Yes, I can say, you could say so-and-so said it on Twitter, or we seen it on, you know, one of these like complexes, joints, this, that, and the third, right? My thing is who they sources is. You know what I'm saying? That's the questions I be wanting to know. But I know that's almost not going to be, it's going to be nearly damn near impossible to get, because nobody's going to want to like reveal their source, because, you know, it's such a secret. And I guess they really just don't want to get in trouble with Nike, because that's how they feel. But I mean, whatever. Again, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're right, but that's just, it's very curious to see how that goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. We shall see. But I'm with you, Divine, right? Why shock drop it tomorrow if the shoe coming out next week? Is the shoe pushed back? Food for thought. Kwame says the trainer's still like 60 on resale too, but people paying like 1K for the Jumperman Jacks. I mean, it's because it's that a limited availability. People like the rareness of it because I believe they don't be making that many crazy amount of pairs. Devon says, who are the sources? I would love to. Yo, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because, and I don't be upset when y'all post a joint. Like, I know you post a lot of it. I know Manny posts a lot of it. That's just how the game goes. I've accepted it. But in the back of my head, and I'm not blaming y'all. And I'm not blaming the people who putting it out there. But I want to know, I would just love for them to leak where it's coming from. And also, as far as we're going to close out on this backdooring situation with the whole Travis-ish, right? Because people saying Nike can lock it down, this, that, and the third. It's all speculation, though. You got to prove it. I mean, some of it seems pretty obvious, in my opinion, allegedly, but you got to prove it. And Nike knows they don't want to tamper with their superstar. Let's just keep it 100. I mean, at the same time, that's one of the privileges of when you carrying the game, low-key. I'm not, let's just keep it 100. Travis is carrying the game over there for Nike, whether we like it or not. And the only competition they really, truly had against Travis for Nike, right, was the Off-White stuff. But RIP to Virgil, because now it's Travis over. Think about it. We're really not talking about no Drake, sneaker-wise, right? We're really not talking Drake sneaker-wise right now. And yes, we seen the Yachty Concrete Boys coming up, Air Force One. But who's really excited for that? Other than his fan base. I'm not saying he don't have it. But also, Yachty seems like he's more known for writing music than he is actually, his own songs. Which, again, get your bag how you get it. Is how I want to say, Let's see, Devon says, Nike can prove it all. Nike can prove it all. His shoes are on GOAT already. True, but that means Nike would have to, I would assume, subpoena GOAT and then ask them and take him to court. And that's my thing. Does Nike really want to take another lawsuit when, think about it. Let's say worst case, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but let's say Nike sues GOAT. Think about it. They've sued StockX, so they will do it. Don't think they won't do it. But if you think about it, right? If Nike sues GOAT, that pretty much is a hit at what am I looking for? The other store in New York that people go because they merge with it, Flight Club. That hits them too. And people, no matter how you slice it and dice it, people like having a warm and fuzzy, trusted source where they feel comfortable enough to cop sneakers knowing that's the real deal Holyfield, even if they got to pay a little extra. If Nike comes out and sues them and the wrong information get out there the wrong way, then now that's one less place. Now all we got is eBay left. To be honest, I mean, yes, there's other multiple resale places. I'm not going to say any names, but I mean, let's just say the trusted ones right now, the only two, majority, right, for the people in the sneaker community, it's eBay, which I remember I was been loyal to eBay for a minute. I remember people was complaining it was too hard to search, which, yes, compared to StockX, it is kind of an annoying to search over there. Always have been, and it's going to be hard for them to clear it up because they sell so much stuff. But then now you look at GOAT, where it's not as so. I think when they look at GOAT, me personally, I don't think it is user friendly as much. But comparing GOAT stuff to eBay that's got all this stuff, then yes, people are gonna run to GOAT faster because hey, it's got a trusted source, this, that, and third. It's right here in your face. eBay's trying to get better at that, but they just have a lot of product and a lot of people sell on there. It's kind of one of the first original, I guess you can say resale places, I'm not saying it's the first, but it's definitely one of the ones that's been around for years. you know, and it's been holding up for a reason, you know. I remember when I stretched my ears the very first time, that's where I got my first kit from, you know. In fact, the joint came from overseas and took forever to get here, but it got here though. Let me see. Let me hit the chat real quick. Devon says, let's see. I heard that Yachty Air Force Ones are limited to 100 pairs. I mean, in that case, yeah, it's going to always look like it's doing good then, you know? It's going to always look like that, which is very interesting how to see that, you know? But that's what they want. But let's go and transition to this Trump situation for the last 20 minutes. Just talk a little bit of update on the Trumpster. Sharing my screen, boom, making sure everything looks good. Let me double check the main sources. We're back to normal on the main sources. Hopefully everything looks good on there to begin with. But yeah, boom, sharing my screen real quick. Pretty much it says, what will a second Trump term mean for fashion, sustainability, ambition? So pretty much fashion, sneakers fall under this too. So a lot of this stuff, people being taxed on, right? And getting the stuff over here and or other way around. So, I mean, it definitely was time for a change over there. I even got another article up too where it says Trump's win could lead companies to push up prices. Here's why. So there's a lot of things that can go in the factor of this one. I kind of low-key want to read why this could push people to push up prices real quick, and I will go into the other article real quick. But this one is going to be kind of a little bit of a slight read over here, so hopefully I can get through this one. It says, where we at? It says, as President-elect Donald Trump remedies to return to the Oval Office, U.S. retailers that depend on the foreign suppliers are prepared to pass along the cost of his proposed import tariffs to consumers, potentially leading to higher prices for a range of products. So that's right there. And we've kind of been talking that pretty much on and on off the weeks, you know. It says Americans stand to lose between $46 billion and $78 billion in spending power each year on products including apparel, toys, furniture, household appliance, footwear, and travel goods due to the new tariffs, the National Retail Federation stated in the findings released Monday. So right there, right? It's not just sneakers, but I had to cover this because it's footwear, and footwear as a whole is what we're looking at right here. So, but I know a thing, apparel, that's the clothing and stuff that we wear on our backs. Furniture, which I feel like I just bought some furniture a few years ago and it was super expensive then. I don't even want to know what it's going to be like. Appliances, stuff, break stuff all the time, just regular Joe Schmo stuff that you use. Like an appliance is something as simple as your refrigerator, something that you may not even realize, like, hey man, this is just what I thought that came with the game, but it's got to get replaced. Not cheap, you know. That's just one thing I can think off the top of my head. Microwaves, you know, if you use like any type of like cookware type of stuff, that's what it is. Household appliances, you know. And footwear, we could easily say, well, we got plenty enough shoes, we don't have to really buy anymore. But what happens when you have to get that one item that you actually need, you know? Sure, could you get by on a refrigerator, but you're going to need somewhere to store your food unless you're just that person that eats all their food perfectly every single time and don't waste anything and don't have leftovers. Keep in mind, there are some people I know, like, to keep it fair, I have talked to some people that don't believe in leftovers. Like, I've met people that don't eat leftovers, no cap. To each their own. It says retailers rely heavily on imported products and manufacturing components so that they can offer their customers a variety of products at affordable prices. NRF Vice President of Supply Chain and Customs Policy Jonathan Gold said that the statement, a tariff is a tax paid by the U.S. importer, not the foreign country or the exporter. Says the tax ultimately comes out of consumers' pockets through higher prices. So pretty much what I'm getting from this, right? If you guys haven't caught on, and I could be completely wrong, right? And I don't know everything, so a legend and opinionated base. But what I'm getting from this is why your Jordans and stuff is, I've always questioned, like, yo, if the shoe, because remember me and Dunks One Live, right? We looked where we said that, like, how much it costs to make a Jordan. And I think we looked at it was like, what, anywhere from 18 to 25 to 35 bucks. And it's like, well, why do we got to pay, you know, to get it in our hands why do we gotta pay $210 with the taxes, which is $222 depending on what location you in, right? So why we gotta pay $222 for something that took them less than $35 to make? Well, there's tons of reasons, but it sounds like this tariff tax that is paid by U.S. importer, this is one of the reasons why we got to pay that. Say like they got to pay all this extra taxes on it, where they're like, well, think about it. They got it, but now it's like, don't worry, we'll get it back. But at the same time, it's going to keep hurting us, the Joe Schmo guys, the little guys, like me. I don't know about you guys, but I consider myself like the little guy out here, man. One of the worst places to be in, and it could be worse, but I ain't gonna say one of the worst, but one of the toughest places to be in right now if you're like in the middle class, because we kind of help the millionaires and billionaires, but we also help the ones underneath us too. So it's kind of low. We like in that lose-lose situation, you know what I'm saying? At least that's what it feels like sometimes, but I am very, very thankful for the life that I've been given, But the article says 5 ways Trump's next presidency could affect the U.S. economy and your money. So this is important here, man. Again, not trying to specifically talk politics, but this is something that all is going to affect us just all across the board of how we buy our goods, everyday use. Even if, right, say like you're not a true sneakerhead, but those people who only pull up for the Jordan 11s each and every year, right? Cool. Now, remember the Jordan 11s? Now they're like up to they're pushing 250, 240, 250, somewhere around there. And think about it. If the stuff goes up, remember, I don't know if you guys remember too, like I want to say like in the Discord I seen where somebody said like the Jordan 1s that's supposed to be dropping next year could be $300. I hope it ain't. And some tells me, right, I'm no genius, but this all ties into it. This tariffs tax, this could be the reason why we got to go up if Trump them can't clean this up or whoever does this, right? But I saw that he did just hire Elon Musk. So we'll see how that goes. It says, for example, right? Great. So and I think I did a great job giving an example, but we're going to see what the article has. It says a $40 toaster oven would retail for $48 to $52 after the tariffs, while a $50 pair of running shoes would jump up to $59 to $64. So think about that. So we could say things could, if the shoe was $50, it could jump up to anywhere from 9 to roughly 15 extra bucks, give or take, right? I'm doing a little bit of rough math here. So if the Jordan 11s are already coming at $240, we could easily see them jump up to like $280, $285, if not more, give or take. Hence why we see the Jordan 1s that could jump up to $300. This is on the lower side of things, but you know how Nike do. They go big or go home, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because, if they, remember we saw somewhere, and I don't know how true the source is, so take it with a grain of salt. This is my thing. I've said this from day one, from the moment I put it out, a video on YouTube, and I'm almost positive I said it on my very, very first sneaker YouTube video, or the second one technically. This low key, I've always said the sneaker stuff in general is already too expensive. Like retail, let me put it this way. It's not saying we can't afford it, but they're already charging a lot already, if you ask me, for the shoes. And then we willing to pay more on the resale market for what we want. And to be fair, not to pick on Nike, them, all the companies do that, man. And let me clarify this. All right, cool, I'll run it back. Majority of the companies do this because, they factor in all those things like, well, we got to have a building to ship the product. Like, they have their justification, but they're also living pretty good too. I'll just leave it at that because they got plenty of staff and work. So it's crazy. I guarantee if we got behind the business math, behind the things, not saying that we would defend or justify Nike any more or less, but probably be able to have a different understanding to see things. I'm going to say, according to the industry trade group, a $2,000 mattress and box spring set would cost $2,128 to between $2,190. So pretty much things are gonna go up by like the hundreds, you know. You know what I'm saying? They going up by the hundreds, not just by the $10 and $15. So I remember like my shit was expensive. I recently, and I know what you're saying, like, damn Jay, what the hell you been doing? Man, every now and then you gotta upgrade your shit. I had bought a new couch a few years ago. That joint was up there then. I had bought a new bed, a bed set. That joint wasn't bad, but completely cheaper. No, completely more than what it cost. Like when my first one, but it had just been moved. I think I had that thing from like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, actually, yeah. Let me run the math real quick. How many times I had this one? I had it from like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different spots. Yeah, I've moved that many times. Actually, I moved a lot more than that. But yeah, I've had it from that many times where it was just time to get a new joint, man. So much so I think even my floor, my carpet had the the imprint. It took forever to come out, right? But yeah, so I'm saying like not whenever you do have to buy it, they're gonna have that justification. Like people don't go in and shop for this stuff every single day, so that's why it's up there. Some of the stuff is really just gonna be up there. It says during President-elect Trump's first term in office, his administration imposed tariffs of up to 25% on more than $360 billion in products from China. I'm saying it like Trump. I'm not trying to pick on it. I'm sorry. It says President Joe Biden's White House kept most of these tariffs and added more onto goods, including Chinese electric cars and microchips. Now Trump has said his plans to impose a 60% tax on goods from China and a 10% to 20% levy on of the $3 trillion in foreign goods to U.S. imports annually. Such sweeping tariffs would reunite inflation as they would mostly be paid by U.S. consumers. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has warned, offering a general view widely shared by other economics on both sides of the political aisle. So shit could get worse before they get better. But I mean, at the same time, he's made a lot of promises. Can he keep them? And let me clarify this. I'm not picking a side here, but I will say this. Every president that's been elected, they couldn't all get everything done. It's a whole lot easier said than done. Let's see, we got Medina Chiaos and the bill says everything going up except salaries. And I've said that too, man. And I was just talking to somebody offline about this joint, right? I was like, yo, I know one thing that's not finna happen, right? Or I'm not saying not gonna happen, but one thing that I've seen that hasn't happened is that products once they go up, they kind of stay up. I don't see them go back down like these type of products, right? Nike them, even if they make a mistake, you know what the companies will do? And not just Nike, but just the company in general. Guess what? If the stuff don't sell at that price because the demand is not being met, then they'll put it on sale. But can you really do that to a food? How long you got before a food item goes bad where you're supposed to replace it? You know what I'm saying? I have a family member of mine that worked in a grocery store for years, and they kind of broke down, and they said they broke down how things work. And according to them, the boss was complaining about that pretty much they get screwed on a lot of stuff, you know. While they may be living comfortably and doing good, but it's not all peaches and apples over there like everybody thinks, you know. So let me read through the rest of this article, then we'll talk upcoming releases and wrap this thing up in the next like 5 minutes. Definitely gonna be curious how next year goes, man. Very curious how it's gonna go. And if I'm not mistaken, Trump and Biden met today and had a nice 2-hour long conversation. It says a consistent theoretical and empirical finding in economics is the most domestic consumers and domestic firms bear the burden of a tariff, not for foreign country. It says the budget lab at Yale University stated in the analyst published in mid-October. It says Trump has repeatedly contended that foreign companies would foot the bill, telling a gathering last month at the Economic Club of Chicago that the countries will pay the tariffs. In reality, is American importers pay the tariffs to the U.S. Customs and Borders Protection Agency when the goods cross the border. So I'm very curious so he's saying, right, that instead of us having to pay, he's going to make the other country pay. But it's my thing. So let me put this in perspective. Correct me if I'm like misunderstanding something. What he plans on trying to do, how he's going to get it done, I don't know. Instead of us paying for stuff that we're buying from them and we have to pay the extra stuff for it to cross the border, they're going to make the other countries pay. But I don't see why, because I don't see how that's even feasible, because like we want it. So they're like, if this is what we wanted, that whole border situation, they got nothing to do. I don't think the companies that you're getting it from got anything to do with that. That just kind of come with the game. So how is it that he's going to make them pay? You know what I'm saying? I'm just very curious how that's going to go. How are they going to make them pay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it says the country will pay. So how will the country, it says in reality, yeah, we pay it. So I'm just trying to say, to gathering says reporting that the foreign companies would foot the bill. So the foreign companies, so he's going to make the companies do this instead of we have. I'm very curious but then again, he's a businessman, but at the same time, he's also had companies go bankrupt. You know, all this you got to keep in mind, right? But this is what majority rules and voted in there too. So again, I'm not tripping over nothing. Y'all ain't seen me flip out. Again, I don't care who you voted for. So this is what is majority rules, man. We'll see how this goes. It says these policies steps would amount to a regressive tax cuts only partially paid by the regressive tax increases and cost a typical minimum middle income household about $1,700 in increased taxes a year, according to the economics. It says at the Peterson Institute of International Economics, the proposed tariffs would shift tax burdens from the well-off to lower-income Americans. The nonprofit also stated the policy brief published in August. For now, it's unclear when the new Trump regime could seek the stiffened tariffs. It says the processes to complete the registration required to raise the levies could take nearly a year, so an adverse impact might not be felt until 2026, according to the Oxford Economics. So even if he get in there and gets right to work, we may not even notice a difference. Let me put it this way: we'll know things were gonna go or stay where they at, or most likely go up until he can get his plan in place. And then we'll see, hey, things should drop in 2026. Sounds a little reverse, because if you think the company's about to drop their prices, even if he gets them where that's a big part of it. So the company's like, all right, guys, we're putting stuff back to now that you, instead of it being $222, now it's back to $150, which don't sound bad, but I mean, in your head, right? Can you picture that actually being a thing? You know? And I'll leave it right there. Let me hit the rest of the chat. Let's see. Madonna says, cost always gets passed on the consumer. This is true. At least it sure feels that way. It says Howard University professor and former U.S. Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers questioned the wisdom of taxing imports, noting that the potential impact on prices for parents were coming up with a holiday season and most of our toys are imported from China. Summers tweeted on Thanksgiving Day. This is true. Trump has argued that the tariffs compel American companies to make goods on U.S. soil rather than proposing from a foreign suppliers. I mean, he obviously, like I said, I'm not saying it can't be done. He says, but some companies have other plans. He says, if we get tariffs, we will pass those tariffs costs back to the consumer. So, yeah, like if it don't work, so that's what they're looking at. It says CEO of the vehicle parts supplier AutoZone told Wall Street analysts in the earnings call in late September. He says, we generally raise prices ahead of, we know what the tariffs will be. we generally raise the prices ahead of what Daniel said. Says major suppliers to AutoZone include companies based in China, India, Germany, and according to the company. So keep in mind, Nike them use a lot of this stuff too, dog. I'm gonna read the last little part of this article, then we're gonna wrap things up. So pretty much, and you said no. So where we at real quick? It says Stanley Black Decker, Black and Decker CEO. So I remember that's a big company as well that was selling like hardware goods, and I think they have other stuff like that. It says Donald Allen Jr. said last week his tool producing company has been, planning for a possibility of an additional tariffs on imports since the spring. Obviously, coming out of the gate, there would be price increases associated with tariffs that would put into the market. Allen downplayed the idea of moving the manufacturing back to the U.S., saying it would not be cost effective. The company options could include moving production and aspects off the supply chain to different parts of the world, including from China to other parts of Asia and possibly Mexico. And the executive said a lot of these places saying like, hey, yo, if they can't figure it out, we're going to do what we got to do, is what I'm getting from that, right? Says such a shift has already been made by Shelton, Connecticut-based Acme United, which has its Westcott brand products like rulers made in Thailand and the Philippines, avoiding the tariffs targeting China. CEO Walter Johnson said in October earnings call. It says Acme also switched products of certain medical products to India, Egypt, and the U.S. plants in Florida, North Carolina, Washington State. The executive said business has also stocked up, placing bigger than usual import orders ahead of new tariffs taking hold as the U.S. imported 11% more Chinese products in July and August than they did during the same 2 months period of the year ago, according to the Census Bureau. So pretty much that wraps up this article and puts me right at the hour mark on the live. Let's talk a little upcoming releases, and then we should be able to wrap things up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to revisit this one again. So pretty much I did see we have the official, looks like almost coming towards the end of the While You Were Sleeping pack of the My Gear collab with Nike and the Air Force One. Me personally, right, I am not super duper excited. Honestly, now that I think about it, the only one that really, really hit for me out of the While You Were Sleeping pack was probably the 3. And that's still, I'm not saying that was the best. So that's where I'm at with it. We do got the Black Cement 3s. We keep hearing the Shock Drop rumors. Put that in quotations. We shall see. Me personally, I'm kind of with Devon on this one. I don't see the point if they're supposed to be coming out next week. Let me put myself back on the main screen. Yeah. So I'm very curious how this is going to come out. If we're going to get shock drops on the Columbias as well. But we do have that coming in December, which technically is right around the corner, man. But I know we're still technically, this is what, the second week in November. And I think we got 31 days in November. So pretty much it's going to feel like almost nearly an extra week. So we'll see how it goes. But other than that, man, I've been on this joint for an hour and 3 minutes. Let's go and wrap things up here for the night. Appreciate you guys for being active in the chat. Really means a lot. Sorry for messing with the screen earlier. Kind of just happens sometimes with the way it's set up. But other than that, man, I'll be back live again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. But until then, y'all smash that like button. Sub to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. And what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trying hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, but I'll see you guys again live on Saturday. Other than that, more content on the way. Hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. And I'll see you guys again on Saturday. And yeah, man, yeah, I'm officially out this thing, and peace.
December, the word my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, the word my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart.